What is up, guys? It is Sam, the Star Wars man, and you guys have done it. You've convinced me. We're going to dial it back on the spending here in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I'm going to hold off on Lightspeed bundles at least for a while, and I'm definitely going to hold off on these 3 Lightspeed bundles. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis was tempting to me, but to get him unlocked, you really just need them at Gear 12, so this is kind of overkill. And then the Sith Eternal Emperor was tempting more just for some of the requirements and how they'd help me with other farms, but we're holding off. And I think you guys gave me lots of constructive feedback and criticism, and I think that the number one sentiment or comment that really pushed me over the edge was just pointing out how many Lightspeed bundles there are. Someone sent me on Discord like a Google sheet that has access to them, and there's like 70 Lightspeed bundles. Like, there's so many that pop up, and they're all like relatively amazing deals if you think about how much stuff you're getting. But I just had, at some point, I have to choose where to draw the line. And the spending evaluation discussion has kind of led me into what is quickly becoming my favorite thing in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which is every day you play the account, especially if you're Galactic Legend farming, or really farming for anything, you're getting closer to that goal, right? So you guys know I come from Raid Shadow Legends. I'm a content creator over there. And I think this is one of the things that Raid should improve on. I think Raid does a lot of things well, and Star Wars could take notes, and I think Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes does a lot of things well that Raid could take notes. But I think the best thing that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes does is every day you're getting closer to your target champion. So if you're the world's biggest Leia champion, then you go for Leia, and every day you can get closer and closer to Leia. Even if it's slowly, right? Even if it's a 9-month farm or a year-long farm, you know that you are working towards every day. If I am a Night Queen Crixia fan, just kind of grabbed a random champion. Let me think of someone that makes sense. I am a Arn fan, right? I want the Polar Bear. This is like the number one champion I want in the game. I can play for 5 more years and not get Arn, right? Like, there's nothing that I can do besides just pull shards and hope to get lucky to get this particular champion. And I've submitted that feedback to Raid. That's a whole other conversation. But I think that Galactic Legends and the way that they're set up, Journey Guide in general, but especially the Galactic Legends, is brilliant. And I would probably go so far to say that Galactic Legends is the only reason that Star Wars is still around, and especially because they're still adding to it. So it seems like what I've heard, Hondo, the newest one, and Ahsoka, I believe, the second newest one, are the only Galactic Legends that have not had Lightspeed bundles out. I know I want Leia and Jabba the most, so those would be the ones that I would be the most tempted to buy those Lightspeed bundles when they pop up, but I've already said that I'm not going to. Because I think if I'm doing that, I'm robbing myself of the chance to play the game and work towards that. I think it's very frustrating if I spend 2 months, 3 months, 4 months farming Galactic Legend Leia requirements, and then the Lightspeed bundle pops up, I just pay the money and I'm there. Or almost there, right? It takes me 90% of the way. I think that sucks, and I think if you're not like playing the game and working towards something, I don't know what you're playing for. Granted, I've never been in the end game where you have every Galactic Legend. Maybe you're just playing for Arena. I don't know. Maybe you're just, you're pushing big numbers and you're seeing how fast you can get your characters to and how much damage you can get your characters. I don't know. I don't know what the end game of this game looks like. I just know for most players, everyone has a farm that they're working on. And I think the Lightspeed bundles is a slippery slope where you can rob yourself of the farms that you should be playing for. So I am not going to do that. I think I'm going to plan around Lightspeed bundles. So for example, I know that at 4 million galactic power, is it galactic power? What's the term? I think it's galactic power. Yeah, galactic power. I don't know why I started doubting myself there. I know at 4 million galactic power, the gas bundle will come out. And I've been planning on that since I think my first or second video, someone mentioned that. I think it was my second video. Talked about like the 5 characters I wanted in the game. And someone mentioned the gas bundle. So I'm planning that, right? I'm setting aside money for that. I've got that in the budget. And that's, my farm is affecting that. Like, I'm not farming any of those champions that I know I will be getting in that bundle. But finding out that all of these other bundles are available, it doesn't mean I'm going to start hoping for one of them, and I'm not going to farm Leia because eventually I'll just buy her bundle. The only one I'm kind of considering is the Razor Crest, which I thought maybe I was misled or maybe I just misunderstood, I thought was a fixed offer once you get Beskar Armor Mando that it just pops up. But apparently it's not, and it can be completely random. And so I guess I'm just going to wait for that. I only have 16, and I actually saw some fragments of this pop up in the Shard store, or not the Shard store, the Fleet Arena store, and I skipped it. So it could be at 20. Not that that makes a massive difference. So let me know if you guys think that. I don't know how rare it is, or if we have any kind of timeline, but I'm willing to buy that Lightspeed bundle just to save myself a very, very long farm. And again, I'd kind of already set my mind on it. So hopefully that's not stupid. But yeah, besides that, we're going to continue our same path, which again, just like super brief rundown. We're working a little bit on our Bad Batch and Phoenix, kind of just getting them up a little bit higher, a little bit better mods. But our actual farm right now is for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So we're working on, we got Kylo to 7. We're working on, we got KRU to level Relic 7. We're working on Kylo Ren right now, then Palpatine, and we're working on the finalizer. Right now, we've got it at 60 stars on, or 60 fragments on 4 stars. And we're going to work on getting that up as soon as possible to work for our Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And then pushing on towards Leia is probably the next big farm, but lots of kind of small tandem side farms on the way there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that this, and I mentioned that too, someone was like, you've got to stop spending. And I'm like, I can't and won't stop spending, but I do think that I can be more efficient with my spending. I think I can be less overwhelmed by the number of choices. Because when all 3 of these came out this morning, I mean, there was a teeny part of me that was like, should I just buy all 3 of these? Because, and I will mention this, I think I mentioned it in one comment to one of the people on YouTube, was like, it's not just, wow, great value, I have money, here's my money. It's also, I'm so early game. It's not even that I'm so early game. I feel like I'm not playing that much of the game, that I can't make that much content. And my goal is to make everyday content to grow and learn more about the game. Because I feel like making content, while ultimately is hopefully entertaining for you guys, also helps me get a grasp. And you guys' feedback on my YouTube videos helps me learn more and more about the game. So I want to keep making content every day. And I feel like that's hard when I don't have a ton of teams. Or when I'm not, like when my Grand Arena is just like 3 fights. Like there's not a ton of content to be made there. And so I want to work on, I want to record my first attempts at the Galactic Legend fights. When I'm actually fighting for Slicker, I want to record those fights. I want to record, once I've got my first fleet set up, I want to record those fights in Fleet Arena. And I just feel like I need to catch up, right? That's how they're getting with these Lightspeed bundles, is feeling like I need to catch up so that I can make more compelling and better content here on YouTube. So, all that in mind, I still plan to spend. I'm just going to not let spending ruin my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes experience. So I think I'm getting to a more healthy mentality about spending. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys, or at the very least understandable. Let me know. As always, I appreciate and crave your feedback and advice about the game, since I am but a lowly noob. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, listening to me ramble. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one.